It's back. And so am I. It's a makeup video. I'm holding the eyeshadow palette. Gonna get ready to face the day. As usual, I already put my Milani eye primer on because it's super boring. Still my favorite eye primer. Been going strong for a few years. It's actually funny. The first time I tried it, I hated it. And I threw it in the back of my drawer and forgot about it. But somewhere along the way, I tried it again and realized that I just hadn't shaken the bottle and that this primer is amazing. So, and today I've got a different brush. Got the Blending Crease by Sonia Kashuk. This is at Target. Eyeshadow primers at Target. And then I've got my new Makeup by Mario palette again. This one went so well the past couple days I wore it that I'm going to do it again. Actually, funny story. I'm going to tell this while I do my eyeshadow. That's really funny. So, I'm going to just use this. Alex is sick, so if you hear coughing in the background, that's him just trying to stay alive. But, I'm going to use this beautiful middle-y nudie brownie shade because I haven't used that one yet. I've used this palette twice so far. The first time I used it, I made a video. So, and I'm just going to put this in the crease. I'm going to do something really simple today. I'm also super distracted by the story I'm about to tell you. So, I do my eyeshadow with this palette. It's new. I'm feeling myself. I love it. I film a video. I post the video. Everything's going great. I take myself to work. I see my coworkers. My coworkers are like, oh my gosh, your perfume smells so good. Oh, I love the keychain on your backpack. And everyone's being so nice to me and giving me compliments. And I was so happy and I was having such a good day. And then I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I should get a snack. So I go to Arby's. Because Arby's has got like my favorite snack. It's jalapeno bites. So I go to Arby's. I order the jalapeno bites. I already have a drink because I have a Faygo cream soda from the gas station, which is so good, and nothing Arby's sells could probably be better than that. So I just order the jalapeno bites. And then I pull up to the window to pay for the jalapeno bites. And the guy working the register, like, he's from the neighborhood, so, you know, he knows, he's seen me before. He's super chill. I pay for the jalapeno bites, and this guy, like, busts out of the back of the Arby's and out the window, and he's like leaning out at me, and he's like, you're savage, you're so savage, good for you. And I was like taken aback because like I was like, oh my god, was I being vicious, you know? Like, I thought I was super polite, and I was so confused. And like the guy who knows who I am, like, elbowed his friend like back out of the window, and he's like, okay, it's gonna be a minute for the jalapeno bites. So I had to go to drive-through timeout. So I'm sitting in drive-through timeout waiting for my jalapeno bites, googling like, is it good to be savage? Like, what does savage mean? Because I just want to make sure, like, also, like, he was like a white boy my age, so I was like, is this like a metal band thing? Like, do you listen to Megan Thee Stallion too? Like, I don't know. You know, like, where are you coming at me? What angle is this, savage coming from here? Like, do you think I'm a wild animal? Because that's not cool. But anywho, while I was trying to figure out, like, just, where we're at, like, are we fighting? Are we cool? And so he walks out. The guy who was calling me savage walks out, and he's got a bag in my hand, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be my jalapeno bites, so that's great. And on the other hand, he's got a mint shake with, like, whipped cream and the crumbled Andes mints, and he comes into my car, and he's like, I have an extra shake. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah. And he hands me the bag of jalapeno bites, and he says one more time, he's like, you're so savage. And then he, like, walks back into Arby's. And I was like, sweet, a shake. That's, like, the only thing that could even begin to compete with my cream soda. And then when I started eating the jalapeno bites, I realized that instead of the small order, he gave me like 2 small orders in like 1 small container. So, yeah. Yeah. That was the day I wore this palette for the first time. And everyone was so nice to me. And it was such a good day that I've been basically wearing this eyeshadow palette every day since because, I mean, shit. That kind of reaction, you're like, you know, maybe it's doing something. Not every day of my life is like that. I wish they were. But it's surreal, so I'm just like glad it happened. And I'm using this eyeshadow palette just in case, like, you know, we can have another lucky day like that. But I've just been taking this brown. I'm mostly focusing on like the outer corners to make it darker and then kind of like feathering it into the inner corner. To be perfectly honest, I have no intention of using any other color besides that brown from this palette. So I'm just going to keep using that. That's the one thing I also really like about these Makeup by Mario palettes is the mattes are very buildable. So if I'm just like not in the mood to be selecting a bunch of colors, you know, you can just use one and just like use it thicker in some places and use it thinner in other places, and you will achieve a beautiful gradient effect. So I love this eyeshadow palette. My luck has been amazing. I'm having a great time. Not really sure what else I have to add today because, like, you know, this is overpowering. This was a really good day. I think I'm actually done with the palette for now. For duns. It looks good. I really like how this came out. The other thing I want to use today, and this is another thing I use when I'm being lazy, but it's my favorite, is this single shadow from Sephora. I'll open it so you can actually see it. It's just a really beautiful shade of like muted antique-y gold. It's a little darker than like neutral, like you wouldn't want to use it as an inner corner highlight. And it's actually like a creamy texture. It's just a really beautiful eyeshadow, and I love it. It's one of my, like, I don't know, look how thick it comes off too. It's like, it's juicy. You see? It goes on just like almost like an eyeshadow crayon or like a cream eyeshadow. But these Sephora singles, I mean, the Sephora brand products, I gotta say, have just, I like them. So, I don't have a ton of these single shadows because I'm not really a single shadow kind of person. I like to have the whole palette. But this is like, look at that. Look how blue my eye looks all of a sudden. There's just something about this particular tone. Like, even if this were a matte instead of a shimmer, something about this tone just makes my eyes like, whew. Just looks so good. So, like, you know, I can use one eyeshadow if the one eyeshadow is just that good. But it was a real journey to find the perfect shade, like what really was my perfect shade, because this is not a color I would have ever come to. Like at the beginning of my makeup journey, I would have been like, that's boring, I don't care about it. But as time wore on, and you know, sometimes you see people and their makeup is really like low key, but it just makes their eyes look so good, and I was like, I want that for me. So I've been on like this quest to just figure out like what colors make me look so good like that. Like, I don't know, I used to think of colors as like just this, like, disconnected thing, like, that I like it or I don't, but, you know, once you start putting the colors on you, it changes the way you experience color, and the way you experience color changes the way you choose color. So, I don't know, it was a big journey to find out that this is actually my favorite color. Because my favorite color for clothes isn't my favorite color for eyeshadow. You know, it's like, color's nuanced. I think that's why I'm, like, obsessed with eyeshadow. I've, like, because it kind of, like, allows me to interact with my colors in a really personal way. Well, I do like blush too. I think I like blush for the same reason though, because it just changes the way I see myself. I guess you could say that about concealer and like foundation, but not me. It's just something I never got into. I've tried to like full face makeup, but I'm just not comfortable like that, so, and I'm not gonna do something that makes me uncomfortable, because life is too hard to be uncomfortable. Life is better when we're comfortable. And that's the look. I just use that crease blush brush bleh, to blend it out around the edges. And I'm going to use the Sephora mascara. I guess I'm going to bring my mirror closer and do it on camera today just for fun. Just in case you guys want to see what my mascara looks like. I do kind of build it up a lot. This is a great scoopy wand for shoveling all your lashes together. I also don't like, I'm not a multi-dip mascara girl. I only pull it out and I just use whatever's on the brush for both eyes. And I do spend a lot of time like really making sure I get all my lashes, because I feel like I have really long, pretty lashes, but they're very like wispy. So sometimes I can't grab them all until they're like partially coated in mascara. I can never tell if this is like one coat of mascara though, or is this like a million coats of mascara, because I'm not going to dip it again. I'm just going to I basically like brush them until I can feel it like drying, because then I know they're not going to fall, because I'm afraid of eyelash curlers. So there's no way. I mean, like, if I was going to overcome my fear of eyelash curlers, I would have had to do that when I was a child. Because there's just no way. There's no way you're going to get me to put a little squinchy clamp by my eyes. Nah. It's crazy. Every time I see someone use an eyelash curler, I'm like, so, put that in my haunted house. My circle of hell. But there's the finished look with mascara. Now I'm really done. Oh, I could show you my lip product. It's another Sephora one. These are the lip lacquers, the long lasting shine, whatever. These are great. They're like a dupe almost for the Charlotte Tilbury Hyaluronic Happy Kiss lipsticks. These feel a lot like them. And these go on sale for like $7.50. Great deal. Don't buy them full price. Wait till they go on sale for $7.50. Then you can get two. Besides, it's like it's hard. You can't get your perfect neutral on the first try. So like, wait till they go half off so you can get two. But these are great. Way better deal. The Charlotte Tilbury at $35. Like, I have a Charlotte Tilbury. Do I like it? Yes. But is it worth $35? Now that I've tried these, I'm gonna be sticking with these. But I will pull out the Charlotte Tilbury when I want to look fancy. And that is probably enough rambling for today. I hope you enjoy my look, and maybe I'll see you again And say nice things in the comments if you want to be my friend. Bye.